Ourselves on Sanibel Island again. So this is another hurricane ravaged house. This house, you look at it and you say, well, geez, it's elevated. Well, it is elevated, and apparently the carpet had been pulled out of the house, so apparently it had got water up inside of it. It did rip off the lanai on the other side. Now watch this. This is our 323 Caterpillar, and watch how this thing just eats a house like it's just absolutely nothing. This house sits right up against a preserve, so there's alligators and snakes and all the other stuff all over in this area. The whole Sanibel Island, if you don't know much about it, is a preserve. It's a world-class destination to come and visit. There are a lot of bike trails and stuff like that around here. There's a bike trail on the other side of the preserve here that's behind this. And this preserve, there's a preserve from here and it runs over into Ding Darling. So this house, it was actually very well built. If you notice it, the whole house isn't moving when he's hitting it. So that just tells you what a structurally strong house this was. How as he gets into this, he's going to weaken the house and it'll start moving around some more. So that thumb on our excavator, we've had to, you look at something like that, and if you look how thick the steel is on it, you're like, wow, my gosh, it's amazing. Those things get bent. We've replaced this on this one. In the course of 3 years, we've replaced it twice. Inside this house, if you notice, we did a video, last week's video was actually the inside, what we found in this house. There was some really cool stuff. So we got some really cool stuff out of this one. One of the things was a 19th century mannequin. I don't know if it was a mannequin or just a doll. And it's interesting to see the comments on all the different people that have knowledge about that thing. It was a really interesting wooden doll, and each one of the joints articulated kind of like our joints do. There was also a set of dishes that was in here, and they were very expensive, kind of rare. One of the Google Lens showed it at $1,600 just for 10 plates or 12 plates. Well, we have the dish set that we got is about a 40 plate set, so that was pretty cool too. And then there was a lot of antiques in here. Now these pilings, if you notice what he's doing there, they're breaking off. They're really brittle, so he's going to try to pull them out. And if he can't, what he'll end up having to do at the tail end of this is dig them out. And unfortunately, a lot of this stuff, it just gets so dry rotted after a while, it just snaps off. This house here probably is one of them that could have been salvaged, especially if you see how sturdy it is. Because normally when you get a house like this, you can see it now. You see it starting to move around. So he just pulled half of a quarter of the house down in one little pull. But the foundation on this thing is not moving around at all. So this thing was pretty sturdy. Probably just a foot or 2 foot shorter than it would need to be to current code. It looked to be about 8 or 9 feet. Current code in this area would be 11 feet. That's 11 feet to the bottom of your lowest part of your utilities. So that's the lowest part of your plumbing or your HVAC or anything like that. So the houses end up getting elevated about 12 feet or 13 feet, which makes for a nice place to park your car and stuff on these little tiny lots. This one was bought by the across the street neighbor. He bought it as an investment. He's thinking about building something. I think a lot of people are going to wait. We got hit by 3 years of relentless hurricanes. We got hit. Ian was the most difficult one, and that's the one that damaged this one the most. The other ones, storms that did give us some damage, they were primarily storm surges, and they were not very on this island. It probably would have been maybe a foot at the most for either one of those storms. So this house here, it would have taken, in our normal marketplace, it would have taken, let's say, maybe probably a year and a half to build this house. And we're going to tear this house down literally within 2 hours. So that's our 65-yard dump trailer. It's an end dump. It saves us a lot of time going back and forth. We're either using that dump truck or we're using our 40-yarders in our dumpster, what do you call it, dumpster trucks. So we got 2 of those dumpster trucks, and then we got this, and we got 2 of these big excavators, and then we got a smaller excavator. So that's our little fleet of this stuff. So that right there, that is a reach of about 30 something feet up there for that to reach that. So this Caterpillar, I believe the reach is 35 feet on this. So he's sitting there getting it all down. Everything that's here is called C&D. It's basically construction debris. I don't know why they call it C and D. I don't understand that. And we will take this to a place, it's called a transfer station. And then they will sort it a little bit more than we have, because we're going to separate the concrete away from the wood and insulation and the asphalt shingles and the carpet and all the kind of stuff, the vanities and toilets and all that stuff. We're going to take all that stuff to them, and then they're going to transport it. They call it the transfer station, and they're going to run it somewhere out into the middle of Florida and crush it up a little bit more, separate it a little bit more, and it's going to end up in a landfill. For us to work on this island here, there is a pretty hefty toll to come across. It's $6 for a car, and it's $3 for each additional axle. So every time one of our trucks goes across the causeway there, it costs us, at least, 10, 20 bucks. So then it's about a 2-hour turnaround time. There's only one way on this island and off this island. Like Fort Myers Beach has, you come on one end of the island, you can go off at the other end. This island has only got one way on, one way off. So Captiva Island's at the very end of this, and it's connected by a little bridge, and it's not far from here. And this, now you're starting to see it move around a little bit. He's weakened up the structure enough that the whole building may collapse at any time now. Now, when you're doing one of these jobs, what happens frequently is you think you know where the sewer line is, and one of the things that we have to do when we're done in Lee County is we have to locate the sewer line and then do a T or an L up out of the ground and leave it for whoever's doing building the next house, so they can find the sewer line to attach to. The other thing that the city wants us to do that for is they want us to tee it up so that it's not getting debris down into the sewer system. So if we didn't do that, there might be an open pipe, and then water starts running in there, and then all this debris gets in there, and the next thing you know, it's clogging up the sewer lines for people all the way down the sewer. They share the same sewer line. Now this one had a septic tank, and we pulled that septic tank out and collapsed it. It was empty. So so this house, you know, there were several of these that I've seen on Sanibel and on Fort Myers Beach that were rebuilt. And the thing about this house here is you probably would have had to spend, say, $500,000 in our marketplace to fully renovate this house. Well, to spend that kind of money on that, and then to have what this house would have cost just in raw material, just because of it, more or less it would have lot value. It just doesn't make sense for somebody to put that kind of investment into this when you can, for just a little bit more money, you could build something brand new and get something that fits the market and that fits what the current customers out there are looking for. So I think it was probably a good call for this guy with as much as this needed. So basically it needed a roof, it needed windows, it needed flooring, it was frame. Frame houses don't get as much money. This one proved that it could take a hurricane. It took multiple hurricanes in a row. This actually had gone through Charlie and also had gone through Wilma and some of the other storms that we've had over the last 20 years, and it survived it just fine. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things. We're in a luxury marketplace. Just about everything on this island's worth $1 million or more. And to rebuild something like this, I don't know, it would have been a coin toss about whether it would make sense or not. So the guys are making good headway here. Every time they load this truck up, it takes it about 2 hours to go all the way to the transfer station and get back to us, basically because of the traffic that coming on to Sanibel, which is quite a bit of traffic all the time, and it's connected by a causeway. By the way, that causeway has been rebuilt. If you were following what happened after Hurricane Ian, it basically destroyed the causeway for Sanibel and for Mount Lachey, and basically these people had no way of getting onto the island other than by boat. And then Governor DeSantis got involved, and he did some emergency declarations and that, and they got this island to where they could get on and off of it pretty daggone quick. It was, I don't remember exactly how long it took, but it didn't take very long. So this right here, this is a tarp. This is a requirement in the state of Florida for us to drive down the road, so we're not dropping debris all the way from here all the way to the transfer station. We don't fill the container up completely, because what happens is if you do that, it snags this tarp, and then it rips it or it pulls it off. Now you can see in the background there, that's one of our dumpster trucks, and it's dropping a 40-yard dumpster there, and we are now officially a dumpster company. We bought a bunch of dumpsters, and we're going to start renting dumpsters out. We haven't done that, but you can see here. So this is an idea of what Sanibel is. You see how much of this is protected land. All of that land right there is protected just for wildlife to live. So there are quite a few houses on all these barrier islands, but this particular barrier island has a lot of people who are extremely wealthy here. They're very private people, and they have a lot of wealth. So when you see big parcels come up that could be developed, what you see these guys do is they get together and they buy them up, and then they donate them. So the last time there was a big parcel available, it was bought up, and they turned it into preserve. And look at how much of the island is preserved here. Now, if you go over, just using Fort Myers Beach as an example, if you go over to Fort Myers Beach, you don't see as much green space as you see right here. So this, you see how this backs up into preserve. There's actually walking trails through there, and it's real close to the ocean. It's real close to Ding Darling. Ding Darling, if you don't know what that is, it's a pretty good sized preserve, and there's a trail that goes right through the middle of basically the preserve, and you can see all kinds of wildlife when you're out there. I've seen alligators, I've seen every kind of bird you can think of. I've seen osprey out there, I've seen golden eagles eagles out there. All kinds of fish and stuff like that going underneath the as the tide comes in and out and going through the little what do you call them, drainage ditches. Basically, it's pretty cool to see. So reminds me of a time when I went out there, took like a staycation day and drove out to Sanibel Island, took my bike out and rode that whole area. Did like 20 miles or something like that, and I'm in back in my hoopty days. I'm in one of my hoopty trucks. It's like a Saturday, and I put my bike in the truck and I set down my backpack, and I got in my truck and I left, and I came back. I got in my truck and left the daggone backpack laying there. Well, when I came back, there was like a 6-foot alligator sitting right there. And I'm like, oh shit, how am I going to get my backpack? And then I get out of the truck and I'm looking at this. So I decided to park the truck next to the alligator and then get out of the truck on the other side and grab my backpack. And the people next to me said, hey, come here. She says, we couldn't believe you got in your truck and you didn't even notice that. You put your bike on the truck and there was that 6-foot alligator sitting right there and you didn't even notice it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I was literally loading the bike up and the alligator was on the other side of the truck. So in the parking lot. So now we've got a 20-yard dumpster. That's a dumpster truck in front of it. And what he's doing right now is he's digging through and he's looking for the sewer, and he's also looking for pilings. When he finds a piling, he's going to pull it out. So the whole idea with us doing these jobs is to do them completely. So sometimes there's nothing you can do, and you don't want to dig a 30-foot hole just to get a piling out. But what you want to do is you want to get, all of this out if you possibly can. That's our rule. We want them to get everything out. So what he's doing right now is he's looking for pilings. He's looking for more concrete. He's trying to get all the little pieces and parts out of there so that when we're done and when they go to build, they don't have additional problems or have to bring somebody in to clean up the rest of the debris. So that's Ivan in there. Ivan has come a long ways. When he first started working with us, he was he just basically ran the trucks, and he's one of the few people that work for us, and he's been with us for a long time, early on, and he was curious and wanted to learn how to do this stuff and would ask Colton like a million different questions. So Colton took the time to teach him. Colton, on the other hand, has grown up on a farm. His grandpa had him in a excavator at the age of 13 or 11. I don't know which. He's told me different stories. I don't remember which one. He's been on equipment since he was really, really young. So, but he really loves this. He likes it like you wouldn't believe. So he took the time to teach Ivan how to do this, and Ivan's pretty good. A big part of being a demo guy like this, a big part of it is just being careful and thinking about what you're doing and not creating problems. So being careful not to dig in the right of way and stuff like that, which can cause a lot of problems. So right now what he's doing is he's looking for pilings, and he wants to pull all the pilings out because that's something that we want to do. We don't want to leave problems for future problems for whoever's going to build here. So, and then like a lot of these, they're going to be so brittle, there's not much we can do about them with them, so we can't get to them. but they're also going to disintegrate when they get piling pushed into them if they're putting concrete pilings here. Now, where this is located, most likely that's not what they're going to do here. They're not going to have that kind of a foundation here. So this will just basically be footers dug and poured, most likely. Depends on what they build. If they build something really gigantic, well, they're going to put in pilings. Pilings are concrete. They're kind of like those wood poles you see, but they're concrete poles, and they get driven. They drive them down into the ground. Depending on the weight of the structure is how big they have to be and how deep they have to go. I live here on the beach, Fort Myers Beach, and my next door neighbor is building a gigantic house, and they just came in and they put in like 30-something pilings. And those pilings are just basically concrete poles that they push way down into the ground, and then they're going to put the foundation and they're going to put the flooring on top of them, and that's just going to keep it in place. Now this is our other semi. Now this is a rock dump, and basically you can put an awful lot of weight into this one. We're using 20-yard dumpsters on the other one. This is kind of like 30 yards of concrete that can be pulled down the road, and then the concrete's going to go to a concrete demo plant and concrete recycling plant, and they're basically going to run it through a machine that's going to bust it up and pulverize it and get the rebar out of it. So what he's done here is he's sorting through all the materials that are left. He's making piles and getting ready to be able to load the trucks. So the rest of the concrete's going out right here, and then he's going to hunt for the sewer at that point. So most of the time, if you're paying attention, you know where the sewer is and you just follow it. Well, unfortunately, the sewer here went out and into a septic system and then went into a completely different direction and out to the road. So we ended up finding the sewer, but it took us a little bit of time to do it. Now we're right up. This is actually a dirt road. It's not a paved road, but it still has a right-of-way. And anytime you're dealing with the right-of-way, you take the chances of digging up cables or digging up someone else's utilities, hitting a sewer pipe, or hitting cables. Could be gas lines if you're up north. So you got to be really careful about that. So this house, it's almost gone. So right now, well, we managed to hit the water line. So they're hunting for the water line right now so they can get it turned off. And we're pretty much to the tail end of this one. They're just pulling out the last bit of concrete, the last pilings and stuff like that. And you know what? This is a preserve, Sanibel Island.
Day 2 of the demo.
This is basically day 2 of the demo. The house was on the ground within say an hour and a half. So it's amazing how long it takes to build something like this and how quickly you can tear it down and haul it away. This house it's just a simple frame house. Wasn't really designed to handle what Hurricane Ian dished out to it. So this one had more wind damage than it had storm damage. Although it did have storm damage, you could see where the water was lapping up underneath it and ruined all the carpet in the house. Hey, look, it's Tracy. Well, you don't talk to people anymore? I said, what, you don't talk to me anymore?
Oh yeah, I thought you were being interviewed by some kind of, I didn't know what was going on there.
So what are they going to do here now? They're going to build another one, or?
About 3 years. This guy built this house for over here.
Yeah.
He bought the property.
Oh, okay.
He's going to demo it down, and then he wants it set for 2 or 3 years, maybe put another one on. We'll sell it. The house is too old.
Yeah. Yeah, that house, what do you think, like 1970s?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I talked to the previous owner. It was his grandma's house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that thing came down when he hit, I don't know how it held up in a hurricane, because when he hit it with the bucket the first time.
You just knocked it over?
I mean, they had it down almost in one day.
How you doing there, buddy? Yeah, you're back.
And there's more of you. I've never seen you with a belly before.
Oh yeah, I got it right now. I keep it toasted just in case I need it again. You know what I mean? Yeah, I couldn't find. He's worried about. I don't know where the sewer is. I have no plans, so
Yeah.
all I can tell you is it's been capped off. The only thing I could think is last time on that house they ran the sewer right through the old septic tank and then hooked it up that way. And we capped it off, but
Yeah.
if you can't find it, can't find it. I'm not worried about it right now. I mean, unless he.
I think that's part of our closing our permit out is they got to come out and see it.
Oh, really?
I know it's like that on Fort Myers Beach.
So I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can tell him is just.
They'll find it. If he can't find it, Colton will find it for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess the septic was right there. The sewer's right there. It's got to be in here somewhere. But I don't have no plans for it.
Yeah, he'll find it. He's got a big shovel.
He's got a really big shovel there. Yeah. When you pull out the pilings there.
So that house that we built over on Big Bend,
Yeah.
what were the inefficiencies in the design? Was there?
Design?
Yeah, was it okay?
As far as what are you talking
Like
about?
with the foundation. We're gonna build the same thing again. I'm just curious what
No, I didn't.
you didn't
What are
really
you gonna
pay.
do with it? Do the same thing?
We bought the lot 2 doors over. Just gonna build the same damn thing again. Although I'm gonna change the floor plan around. I didn't.
I would put my stairs to the outside.
Yeah,
That would leave that whole bottom open. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And you can do whatever you want with it. That's the only thing I changed on it. The stairs in the middle is fine, but if you,
Well, I was actually planning on living there. I would design that for me.
I would put in a nice set of stairs on the side entry or something. Leave the front entry open and have the stairs going to some nice entry stairs on the outside.
And have it come up along the side and go into the living room.
And have an entry door in the living room there. Kind of what you got in the back, put it in the side, and then you can put another one in the back too if you want.
But as far as building the big box, there wasn't no overkill on the foundation or anything like that. No, it was just simple shit.
No, that's a good foundation.
It was just a simple. I just, I don't do this enough down here. I just don't know.
You guys do dirt work too?
We can. I mean, Colton would know how to do it.
Well, I got a guy doing work. I got another house coming up. I have one starting in Lehigh, and then I got another one coming up in about 6 months.
I know one thing: we're not nearly as busy as we could be.
Oh, nobody is right now. I was just talking to a cabinet guy. He had 18 guys. He's down to 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. It's part of the cycle. I think we're at the tail end of the cycle, though.
Those two. They're going to come home. They're going to come back, and then they're going to want things done.
Well, one season with no hurricanes and a second season of no hurricanes or even something, a close mix or whatever, will be fine.
You guys do concrete demo?
Yeah. I mean,
No, I mean
cutting it out and stuff.
You cut it, and like a specific 12 by 12 area coming out of the floor, cut it out, and then wet saw it, get it nice and neat.
Yeah. We got the equipment for it.
Because I know a lot of guys that do that. I've been using a guy out of Fort Myers forever. And he's pretty reasonable price, but I just got to keep it competitive,
Right. Well, we went out and bought it's all new equipment as of, probably 10 months ago. We had been doing it, but we hadn't really focused on it, but now we're focused on it.
Make pretty good money at it. And once you get the right crew, like I watched him one time, his crew was really good. We had to cut a door out in the house.
Yeah.
And I said, you want me to take the garage? No, leave the drywall in.
Yeah.
Why? He says it catches all the dust.
Yeah, smart move.
Uh-huh.
Smart move.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, never thought about that. You're right. That's a pretty good idea. So he keep the drywall on. He cuts the outside, then we pull the drywall down, and whoop. He says it keeps all the wet dust and everything from going out. It stays outside and don't go inside and don't create a mess.
Well, I think somebody told our guys that because they've been doing the same.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Sorry, brother, I can't help you, man. It's got to be.
Yeah, and I took out your sewer, but
It's got to be right in here somewhere.
You could pull the lid off and see which direction it goes in.
You might be able to pull the lid off and see if you can see it underneath there.
If it goes like this way, then you know it's over this way.
Yeah.
It's got it, cause that line came out. Did it go through the sewer? When you pulled the septic tank out, was the line in the middle of it?
Yeah, there was a line, but then it disappeared.
Right,
Like
so
this way.
so it might be on the back side of that.
But then I found some going that way too. So I was just thinking to start digging a whole line through here.
Well, I was gonna say, you got the right shovel to do it with.
Yeah, that's the long shortcut.
Yeah,
It's a shortcut only because you got that to do it with.
yeah.
All right, well, it's good to see you. I want to roll.
You too, take care.
Try not to behave yourself.
I will.
Damn, I'll tell you what. I took my shirt off for my whole 1 mile bike ride, or 1 hour 20-minute bike ride.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I showed it to. Well, you can see. Look,
Holy
it hurts.
I'm gonna come in and
I'll be skinned. Hey, you doing, Dave? Okay, so it wasn't the water line. So basically, at this point, at the tail end of this, we have to locate the sewer for the town of Sanibel. Really, it's locating it for the new owner. So part of that is we got to stub it up, bring it up about this high, and then hopefully it survives long enough for them to build. They're going to build here in about 3 years. A guy bought it from across the street. So basically what they're going to end up having to do is dig all the way across the front of this to find the sewer line, and then they'll tee it up about this high. The water line we did not hit. I thought we hit it before. And that's pretty much it. So this house was owned by this guy's that they bought it from. It was his grandma's house, and the guy across the street bought it, and then he's tearing it down, and he's going to wait about 3 years, figure out whether he's going to sell it or build something here. So it's a pretty nice house they're building across the street. The guy that's building or having us do this work, we've done work with him forever. He helped us build a house over on Big Bend in Fort Myers Beach, or no, in Bonita, and him and his brother are pretty cool. I've known him for 12 years maybe. He is a cancer survivor. He had stage 3.5, 4 cancer, and he survived it. And he looks really healthy. Last time I saw him, 2 times ago I saw him, he looked bad. He looked like a skeleton. He looked really bad. He was going through chemo. So you get to survive today. If you catch it early enough, you can survive. And he actually caught it at stage 3 and still survived.
I had a feeling. I told him I have a feeling. Look, right there.
You need to put a stake next to it.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna most likely it's right here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cap it. He knows how much I struggle since the morning.
You got it though.
It's been hours. Let's go.
Hey, just understand, if an alligator comes out of the woods, you can't get away. They run 35 miles per hour.
Pick it up with the crane. Start throwing it around. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, but don't get it on film, that's for sure. So where in the hell did that alligator go? It snuck its head out of the woods here, and then we haven't seen it in a while. It's been a little nerve-wracking. You do know alligators can run 35 miles per hour. You know what? The average man, how fast can he run? Especially if you got a little bit of Burger King on around your belly. All right, after doing hundreds and hundreds of these demos, this is how we've learned to leave our lots to make our customers extremely happy with us. This is the end product. This is what we like to give our customers. We like to give them a nice, flat, smooth lot where they can either sod it or build on it, whichever they're ready to do. If you like this video, watch this video right here.